All right, guys, we're here today, sunny South Florida. Asa, thanks for providing the place for us. Today, bingo, look at that. Menu number 2, boneless pork chops. Boneless pork chops from $19.99. Let's open this bad boy and see what we have inside. I'm kind of excited about this one because it doesn't have a tomato base, I don't think. And that's good because so far anything from 99 that had a tomato base, not good. So maybe this one will be a good one. All right, we have our accessory pack with Tabasco sauce. Check it out.
Love the little Tabasco sauce.
There you go, veggie crackers, our heater, cheese spread, spoon, cherry flavor beverage powder. I love that stuff. We had that one other one. Chocolate pound cake.
Oh, chocolate.
Yeah, that's what it said. Oh, chocolate mint. Chocolate mint pound cake.
I've never seen that one.
Wow. Oh, in Jamaican style sauce, boneless pork chop with noodles.
With noodles.
We're in sunny South Florida. That seems to be appropriate. And apple slices and spice sauce. Now, you know me, I like my fruit. I like apples, so that ought to be good. Let's get started. Had a lot of different advice on how to make these older heaters work better. One of the main ones was to kind of squeeze it and mix all the water and everything up in it. So we're going to give that a try this time. So we'll get our water in there and kind of mix it up good before I add anything. Give it time to activate. Get the water all through there. And we'll drop in our pork chop. Alright, got our meal in the heater, set that aside. Apple slices and spiced sauce.
Cool.
Nice. Check that out here shortly. Vegetable crackers. We kind of know the routine here. These can be good, and with cheese sauce, vegetables and cheese and crackers ought to be pretty good. Ooh, intact crackers fairly. Look at that.
Cool. They survived 20-some years. 22
years at least, 23 years. Cheese spread, it's I definitely need to knead it up because you can feel it separated. The oils and the actual cheese itself is, yep. We'll get that opened up here in a minute. Pound cake. Let's take a look at mint chocolate. Doesn't smell too bad. It looks like it has some moss on the bottom. That may not be a good thing.
Moss on cake is never a good sign.
Can you see this sparkly? Yeah, don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Hold out.
It smells, you know,
questionable.
Odd. Dang it. And I've never seen mint chocolate cake, actually.
No, that's a first for me, too. Get our accessory pack open. Matches. They work.
Matches work.
There we go. Taster's Choice coffee. It's a little cool today for South Florida, but it's still too warm for Taster's Choice coffee. Sugar, toilet paper, moist towelette, salt, creamer for the coffee, Tabasco sauce.
That's so cool.
There you go. We'll probably use that today. And our gum. Looks like some kind of mint, spearmint, some kind of gum, green. And let's open up our spiced apples. This is cool. This is cool. All right. Well, let's see. Where do I want to put them? You know, I think we'll put them right in the middle. Center stage for the spiced apples, since I think I'm really going to like them. Here we go. Oh yeah, that looks interesting. Well,
looks a little dark to me.
Yeah, they are in spiced sauce, so maybe that's why. We'll see.
Maybe
we'll see.
Lots of cinnamon, maybe.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. There you go. Yeah, that smells really old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Eating 22-year-old apples.
Eating 22-year-old anything might be interesting. All right, cheese spread. Here we go. Cheese spread coming out hot and heavy. Here we go. Oh, that don't look so good.
That doesn't look right at all.
Yeah, that's not.
Oh man, Yeah.
Get my shadow out of there. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Looks a little dry, doesn't it?
I don't know, man.
Get this stuff out of there. There we go. And I'm going to open up our canteen cup. Again, this is from when I was in 40 years ago. I got that issued to me. Somehow I got to keep it. I don't remember how that worked out exactly, because usually you just turn everything back in when you're checked out, but it's nice of them to let me keep a few things.
It's funny that you kept that, and then like what, 30 some years later, you'd be using it in a video.
And it's funny because before you boys were born, I have 4 sons, and before the boys were born, I would use my canteen from time to time. Boy, this is really, you can see that it's kind of clotted up there. But I would use my canteen from time to time, and then you guys came along, and I don't know if I just put it away and didn't think more about it, but when you were little, of course, I didn't do a lot of outdoor things, and then when you got older, we started doing a lot of outdoor stuff, but by then, one canteen wasn't going to be good enough, so I had to, we usually bought bottled water or a gallon jug of water and froze it, but that's not the way you want powdered beverage to look. That's even kind of hard. So, we'll add a little water to it and let it set. There we go, a little cherry beverage powder. Grab our spoon out here. And, well, it seems to dissolve up pretty good. We'll leave that set for a little bit. While we wait, I want to tell you a little bit more about when I went to England. So I was on the NATO float. We were in Norway for the NATO float, doing things with NATO nations. Left Norway, then went down to Holland, told a little bit about that in other videos. Got to England, ate Indian food, told you about that last time. After the Indian food, I started walking around by myself. So I show up at this, they have a kind of a display, and they've come up with this old ship. They found an old ship, and it's like, found an old ship. That sounds interesting to me. So I went down that direction to find out a little bit more about it. It cost like £5 British to go see the thing, which was the equivalent of about $7.50, $8 or so back in 1984. And that was real expensive, but I had done pretty good in my trading and things like that. I was a little money ahead, and I thought, I'm not going to be back here probably ever to see this again. I want to see this. So I mean, you're making $1.90 an hour back then at minimum wage, and that's about what I made in the Marine Corps, is minimum wage. So anyway, put my money down, went inside. It was like a warehouse with canvas inside. It was an enclosed building, but then canvas around, and sprayers. Just a constant stream of seawater, just like a sprinkle, no, not like a mister, just a constant hiss coming down on this wood that's in the bottom of this thing. They've got like a place where you bring a ship onto, and they're rebuilding this ship. And what it was the Her Majesty's ship, which is HMS, or His Majesty's ship at the time, because King Henry VIII was in power. Had a ship named the Mary Rose, and the Mary Rose fought in one battle in like 15 teens, I don't remember exactly when, and did quite well. And so they brought her back to Portsmouth and re-outfitted her, put more guns on her, sent her out to battle a few years later, didn't see much action, brought her back in, decided we needed more guns on her, put more guns on her, sent her back out, and got out in the English Channel, saw the French ship, did the broadside and fired their cannons at the French ship, and then they were turning and moving at the same time, coming farther out away from the landmass. And as they came out past a point, and the wind was whipping pretty hard in one direction. And as they turned, you got to remember, these are wooden ships with sails, so these guys have to know what they're doing. They got a rudder, but they're always being powered by wind. So they wanted to catch the wind and get turned so they could fire the other side at the French ship. So as they come around the point to take advantage of the wind is way more than they realized. They had put so many guns on this ship that it was top heavy, and the ship in front of everybody on shore who's watching this battle, it just goes whoop, just falls right over on its side, because all the cannon portals were still open on both sides. One's they're trying to reload. The others, they're getting ready to fire as soon as they get into position. The water just poured into the ship from both sides. It dumped upside down and it went down in the drink. Just as fast as they got out into harbor, they were gone.
Wow.
Well, they tried to do some salvage of the cannons and of the things that were on there, and that didn't go so well. They got one cannon off the boat, off the Mary Rose. Well, everybody kind of forgot about it until the 1960s, early 1970s, and somebody's looking through the old history books and says, the Mary Rose is just right offshore out here. It should be somewhere out there. Let's see if we can find it. They find her. She's in 40 feet of water. She'd settled down in the clay and the mud and the silt that had accumulated over the 400 years. Anything that was above that silt line was pretty much corroded, pretty much gone. But everything under the silt line was still intact, and it was quite a bit of silt, quite a bit of clay. So they were able to go down there and recover everything, the cannons wherever they'd fallen as the wood rotted, and they found some skeletal remains, everything that was on that ship that made it in the water, in the cold English water, they brought up. They had thousands of artifacts that they brought up. And when I got there, they were just starting to take the spars and the ribs and all the different parts of the ship and put them back together like a puzzle, and they would start it up the side. Now, since then, they've recovered everything they could, and they've put her back together. I'll show you some pictures of that. But I got to see that when they first took it out of the water. I think they started taking it out in '82, and by '84, when I was there, they were putting her back together. It's still on display in Portsmouth, England to this day. I would say if you ever get a chance to go take a look at that, it's pretty cool, because by now they've got a lot more history behind it and artifacts brought up and things on display. So anyway, that was a fun time in England. Did one other thing we'll talk about in another video. Let's see about that food. All right, our meal's ready. It's nice and toasty as it's gonna get today. I'm gonna get that out. Let's open her up. Again, this is our Jamaican style boneless pork chop. Oh boy. Oh. I thought it was gonna be one big chop. Oh, there it is. It is one big chop with noodles. Yeah, well, there you go. There we are. I wanna make sure we get all the good stuff out of there. In fact, there's more in there, so let's make sure we squeeze everything out really well. Again, we don't like to leave the goodness in there if it ends up being really good. There we go. All right. I have to say, though, in full disclosure, the smell test isn't doing too well right now. It's not too good a smelling stuff, that's for sure. I think we should start with the cheese and crackers. Let's pray a minute. Thank you, man. Amen. Here we go. I'm a little apprehensive because there's something that's stinky. I don't know what it is.
I wonder if it's that cheese, so please be careful.
Stinky cheese.
I need you around for a long time. Is it not good?
Yeah, it's oh boy, I should have thought of this before I took a bite.
He doesn't want to just spit it out in this like nice little beachy area that this is an artificial beach, so.
Yeah,
I could, like, it's not quite as yellow as it should be.
No, that's right. It looks too much like peanut butter.
Yeah.
Cheese ought not look like peanut butter. Let's cleanse the old palate a minute.
It's extra sharp.
That's it. You know, and that's exactly right. So it's not supposed to taste extra sharp. That's why I spit it out. But maybe if I go in it with the attitude of it's just aged cheese. Let's try that. With crackers. Here we go.
Pretend you're a Frenchman.
Yeah. You know, if I think about it, it's just really, really
sharp, extra sharp
cheddar cheese. That's what it is. Yep, there you go. I got past it. Won't be having any more of it though. Now let's move on to the applesauce here. The apples and spiced sauce here. This may be another thing that's not smelling right. Yeah,
it's too dark.
It smells real metallic. See that? Let me move this here so we can get the full sun on it. Yeah,
they should be that dark and like broken down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, the broken down part. But let's give it a try. Let's give a slice of apple. Yeah, there's just a metal smell to it. Oh, it's really soft. Well, yeah, tastes like metal apples.
Dang it.
Yeah.
23 years old. What's the lesson if you're people think that they're stockpiling MREs for food storage?
You better be rotating them. That's the lesson, because that, you know, I'd probably eat that if I were on a deserted island and real hungry, and I'd probably eat the cheese too, just risk getting sick and need the nourishment, right? But yeah, there's definitely something not quite right with that that applesauce, or that's what it looks like, is applesauce, but spiced apples. Well, let's try the pork chop now. I've had people say this was the nastiest meal that they ever had. So well, let's see if a 22-year-old pork chop is any good. So-called pork chop. Now this, yeah, boy. And this is, you got to be careful with this, because this can honestly have botulism and bad stuff in it and make you like ill to the point of, you know, so you do really have to be careful. Botulism, by the way, can cause paralysis. It can cause nerve damage. It's serious stuff. But the smell test is actually quite good. This part of the meal is the most normal smelling part of the meal. Look at that right there. What do you think?
I'm glad it's you, not me. No.
Yeah. Where's my, oh boy. You know, I don't want this to go down the hatch. That's what you got to be careful of. Is having it, whew.
So pork doesn't age well, is what you're saying.
That's right. Yeah, no, that's, got it. You know, yeah, well, anyway, let's try the drink. The drink is dissolved really well. That looks probably like the best thing. Does sugar go bad after 22 years? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's really cherry. It's really cherry. I think I could afford to add a little more water to it, actually.
But it doesn't taste
No,
rancid.
it's not nasty or anything. No.
That's it. So powdered drinks, even if they have sugar in them, last a long time.
Yeah, this one certainly did. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Well, for our final segment here, we got a mint chocolate cake with sparkly on the bottom that I don't think should be there. In fact, I might just eat off the top. Well, there's a little sparkly on the top too, but
The whole thing's kind of sparkly.
your mint cake ought not be sparkly. It doesn't look right. You can see sparkles and crystals all inside of it. Let's see. No, it doesn't smell good. It doesn't smell good at all.
That's the thing. I can smell this from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend. That's really bad. The cake is the worst because it has milk in it. That's probably what it is. Is the milk is gone. Oh, okay. But that's probably what's crystallizing is the milk or turning moldy.
I'm wanting to see if it's going to wick away the water out of the sides of my mouth. It doesn't. It's not taste. It's not. I tell you, I thought it was going to be really like some of the cakes have been. It's not bad. God, maybe the mint is masking everything. I know I've eaten some stuff that's moldy, that's minty, and I think it was, I don't remember, it was bread or some kind of baked good, and I'm eating it and it tasted minty, and I was thinking this shouldn't taste minty, and I turned it over and it was just mold all along the bottom of it. So maybe that's what it is. The mint masks the mold or whatever that crystal stuff is in there. So yeah, I'm gonna cleanse the old palate. Not sure why, because I'm not getting ready to eat any more of this stuff. The whole meal overall, I think with the mint and the apple and then the cheese and meat, it kind of stinks. So if you're saving these things and you got any from 99, rotate them out. I don't know, don't give them to charity. Get rid of them because they're really not any good. Get your accessory pack and plan on using that in another MRE, but this is not particularly good. Well, Asa, I say we have a little gum together.
I'm going to take this for one of my videos because I love these little Tabasco
Oh, there you go.
sauce.
That'd be fun on some fish. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Share a little gum with you.
Thank you.
Guys,
Cheers.
we got another one coming here from Florida. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. So this is what that cake is good for. Let's see if we can get one to pull it right out of the sky. They do that. There you go.
Oh, he caught it.
Let's do
That was
again.
cool.
Yeah, he ate it. Oh, we're not letting this cake go to waste. I need some more of that. Excuse me.